Hey guys, how's it going, and thanks for coming. I'm Nick, and things are continuously changing with stimulus packages and unemployment, so that's exactly what we're going to be going over. We're looking at the stimulus checks, if you got it or not, what we should be doing to see that. We're going to be talking about unemployment, and then at the end, if you care about little old me, I'll be going into my personal experience, because, you know, this is all theory. That's great and all. The government might, hope for everything to happen, but is it happening? And I'm going to go through what actually happened to me. And this is updated right now. It's April 22nd. Things are changing daily at this point, so that's what's happening right now. So let's start it off with the stimulus check. Obviously, everyone knows about the $1,200 stimulus check that was going on, and they started rolling those out last week. Direct deposit straight into your account. So if you got it, congratulations. A lot of people actually ended up getting it that way. However, if you haven't, we might have to do a little bit extra things to get that. So maybe if you changed bank accounts or closed bank accounts from maybe your last filing of 2018 taxes, you would have to go directly to the IRS website. So from there, you could hopefully, and everyone is different, you know, we're still trying to figure this out. The site is closed down for maintenance at this point, so we're trying to do the best that we can. However, you could possibly go into this to change your banking information and information in general, so you could actually hopefully get it direct deposited that way. Unfortunately, that might not be the case, because I heard a bunch of people got these direct deposited stimulus checks of their $1,200, you know, plus $500 for dependents and everything like that. I have other videos going more specifically and more details into this if you qualify. There's a calculator to see what you might be able to get. Now, if you didn't get a direct deposit, what they are doing is they're starting to mail out checks through the mail physically. So if we didn't update our information in time, they are starting to send out checks. I did read that they are starting to do that this week. Now, I tried to figure out how are they going to do this? How long is it going to take and everything like that? Because I know some people that haven't got them yet. So I was doing some research on what's happening with these paper checks, and I found a couple of different things. The problem here I noticed is that it could take months for you to get it. I found this breakdown of how it has it broken down, either individuals or if you filed jointly. And they are starting, like I said, in April 24th if you made under $10,000. And each increment of $10,000 would be, they're sending it out the next week. So if you're making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and it just goes down the line until June. If you're filing jointly, it might go into July, August, and latest would be September. So that's months in the future of getting your $1,200. So I'm showing you some screenshots, some websites that you might be able to look into to hopefully change your information online before they mail it out, because it could take a very long time. They are breaking it down into how much you make, your income, like you just saw. So if you make less, it might be good at this point, and if you make more, you might be waiting longer. So majority of people are probably on the lower end of that spectrum, so they might be getting them in May, June. Still, it's not right now. And that's why, ironically, they're also talking about a possible other stimulus check. That's why I put $2,000 there. They're talking about this going through. One party is proposing that you could get, instead of just a one-time $1,200 check, they're talking a possible $2,000 a month. I know other countries throughout the world are doing something similar to that, of having monthly payments. Now, I'm not sure if that level of $2,000 dropped at all, so that whole amount might not pass. But I know they are voting on that right now, I believe, so we're going to have to see that in the next couple days or so. Now, they're also voting for more small business loans or grants or whatever you want to call them. They are trying to give small businesses more funding, because it was a week ago that they ran out of the funding that they were trying to give out to all these small businesses. You could qualify for $1,000 per employee up to $10,000. Yeah, well, all that money's gone now, and they're trying to inject a little bit more. So I read they're trying to aim for another $320 billion for the Paycheck Protection Program. And some other extras I heard, they're aiming for $75 billion for hospitals, obviously just because everything that's going on, $25 billion for testing, and $60 billion for disaster loans. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's just going through the process, and we'll have to see what happens in the next couple days. But speaking of disaster, would be unemployment insurance. Right now, today is Thursday, and it just was announced that jobless numbers were another 4 million, totaling over 26 million people are unemployed. Now, there were also talks that they're adding an extra $600 per week for these unemployed individuals. Again, I did videos on this if you want to look into those, but I will give a brief overview that for those who qualified, basically, if you were affected in any way whatsoever, if you were laid off, if you were furloughed, or if you just have like less hours, like there was just lack of hours or lack of work, you can just apply for unemployment. Might as well do that rather than not, because they are approving a lot of people right now. Obviously, you could see. So in a little bit, I'll go into my experience with that situation. I have experiences both here. However, to actually do that, you would have to apply for unemployment. That would take like 2 to 3 weeks. There's like a waiting period, and then there are weekly benefits you have to continuously apply for. And this doesn't only go for like just normal workers. This could go for self-employed. This could go for independent contractors. It's literally quite anyone. So if you're like questioning if you qualify, just do it. I heard a lot of people actually getting denied even though they are qualified. So just go through it. For me personally, I just went all through online. I know the phones are probably just packed right now, and there's just so much backup at this point. I mean, if you want some good news in all of this, the last number that we saw like last week was 4 million in a week. Like before that, it was up to like 6 million in a week. So it's slightly down. The problem is there's still all of these unemployed people. And just understand that this could certainly go on for quite a while. I'm hearing like medically that there might be a second wave that could possibly be coming. That's not guaranteed. That's not, factual. However, some medical experts are predicting that there could be a worse second wave than the first wave. So this might not be the end of it. There were talks of, there are for mortgage forbearances. If you can't pay your mortgage, you could forbear it for 3 to 6 months. Problem with that is there's a lump sum payment at the end of that period. So that's not really helping people. I heard some talks about not paying like even rents. So those are all theories. If you guys want to know about my personal experience of what I went through, of how I got these, maybe you could link it to you, see if maybe you qualify because you're in a similar situation or anything like that. So I'll start with the stimulus check. I did get it direct deposited April 15th. That's because I have a direct deposit from my 2018 taxes. Now, I didn't file my 2019 taxes during that time. I just filed it. And if you were planning on changing any of your bank info, any of your personal info, if you didn't file for 2019 already, because that has been delayed till July. So if you have to update, you could update through your next tax return as well. So that was kind of it with the stimulus check. So I was one of the main ones that actually got their checks. Now for unemployment, what happened there is I did apply. It was maybe first or second day in April, and there was a 2-week waiting period, and then I end up getting the actual payments on April 15th as well. Ironically, I got paid both of these on the same day. Now, what I noticed is that I saw 2 payments from unemployment insurance in my bank account. So the first one was, I was assuming it was the original amount that I would be getting. However, they did say there was that $600 additional payment per week. And I did see that second payment of a round figure. It wasn't that full 600, but it might have been $525 or $450, but it was a round figure, and that was the second payment. So 2 total payments. Now understand, once you apply, it doesn't just end there. You still have to claim weekly benefits. So you have to call for, let's say, I'll use this week for example. You file this week because you were unemployed for last week. And I did all of this through online. I know no one's really getting through on the phone, so I was able to get all of this settled just online. Now, I am in New York. I'm not sure if it's different anywhere else, but that's just my personal experience. So try to follow that platform and you could move a little bit further and quicker maybe. So just try to stay strong, guys. I'll leave links in the description so you could go directly to the IRS website. You might be able to try to find the status of your stimulus check. And unemployment, you might just have to wait a little while, especially with just millions upon millions going through this. To kind of keep some people's chins up, I did just have a phone interview, so there are some circumstances that people are still trying to look, but I know it's definitely a lot more limited. They're talking about trying to reopen the economy now, whether that's good or bad thing, because we've been locked down for like coming up on 2 months now. So everything's just up in the air. Every single day is just something new. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely let everyone know in the comment section. Maybe your situation was different and someone else could be helped out from what you went through. And there's probably just millions of different situations going on right now. So hit this video with a thumbs up to help as many people as we can through these difficult times. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I've been trying to publish a lot for you guys recently. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong.